Have you ever been called lazy? What if I told you that being lazy could actually be your secret superpower? Stick around, because the story I'm about to share will completely change how you see laziness, and it might just unlock your own hidden genius. Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village, lived a boy named Ryan. Now, Ryan was known for two things: being incredibly clever and exceptionally lazy. He could solve the most complicated riddles in minutes, but would go to great lengths to avoid any physical work. If you asked him to fetch water from the well, he'd probably invent a pulley system just so he wouldn't have to carry the bucket. His parents often sighed, "Oh, Ryan, if only you'd apply that brilliant mind of yours to something productive." Ryan's favorite pastime was lounging under the shade of a big oak tree, watching the clouds drift by while others toiled in the fields. He believed in conserving energy. Why work hard when you can work smart? He'd often say with a smirk. He wasn't interested in the sweaty, back-breaking labor of farming. He was content in his world of clever thoughts and minimal effort. But one year, the skies turned against them. A harsh drought descended upon the village, and the sun beat down relentlessly. The once lush fields turned brown and cracked. Ryan's father, a hard-working farmer, pushed himself day and night trying to save their crops, but the strain was too much. He fell gravely ill, and the family's harvest failed completely. Suddenly, Ryan's world of comfortable laziness shattered. For the first time, he saw the real-world consequences of inaction. With no crops to sell, their savings dwindled. His father's medicine was expensive, and hunger began to creep into their home. Ryan looked at his worried mother and his sick father, and a heavy feeling of uselessness washed over him. His clever tricks and lazy shortcuts meant nothing now. He felt powerless, and he hated it. He realized that his intelligence was worthless if it couldn't help the people he loved most. Just when despair was about to consume them, a royal announcement echoed through the village. The king was hosting the annual Grand Challenge, a competition of strength and wit. The prize was legendary, a chest filled with enough gold to solve anyone's problems for a lifetime. Instantly, a fire ignited in Ryan's heart. This was it. This was his chance. The thought of saving his family, of easing his mother's worries and buying his father's medicine became a powerful motivation. The lazy boy who avoided all effort was now ready to face any challenge for his family. As he signed up for the competition, many villagers whispered and laughed. "Ryan, the laziest boy in the village. He won't last a single round." But Ryan ignored them. He wasn't doing this for glory or to prove them wrong. He was doing this for his family. That singular focus gave him a strength he never knew he possessed. The first challenge was announced. Contestants had to cross the wide, chilly, whispering lake to reach the other side. Most of the competitors, brawny and strong, immediately jumped into the cold water and began to swim with all their might. It was a race of pure endurance. But Ryan stood at the shore, observing. He knew he wasn't the strongest swimmer. Trying to compete with them head-on would be foolish. This was his motto in action. Don't work hard, work smart. He scanned his surroundings. His eyes landed on a pile of fallen logs and some discarded vines nearby. An idea sparked in his brilliant mind. While others were struggling against the currents, Ryan quickly gathered the materials. He used his knowledge of knots and balance to skillfully tie the logs together, constructing a small, sturdy raft. By the time the strongest swimmers were only halfway across, exhausted and shivering, Ryan calmly pushed his raft into the water. He used a long branch as a paddle and glided effortlessly across the lake. The crowd, which had been cheering for the swimmers, fell silent, then erupted in gasps of amazement. He wasn't just fast, he was smart. He reached the other side long before anyone else. Barely out of breath, he had passed the first test, not with muscle, but with his mind, proving that intelligence could triumph over brute force. His victory in the first round silenced the doubters. People started looking at him with a newfound respect. Ryan, however, remained focused. He had won a battle, but the war for his family's future was far from over. The final challenge was deceptively simple. In the center of the royal arena sat a massive, square wooden block. The task was to move this block from one end of the arena to the other. A line of burly men, the strongest in the kingdom, stood ready. They flexed their muscles, confident that this was a test of pure strength. One by one, they tried. They pushed, they pulled, they grunted and strained, their faces turning red with effort. But the heavy, awkward block barely moved. Its flat sides created immense friction against the ground, making it an almost impossible task. The crowd grew restless as champion after champion failed. When it was Ryan's turn, he walked calmly towards the block. He didn't even try to push it. Instead, he took a moment to inspect it from all angles. He ran his hand over its rough surface and tapped its sharp corners. Then, he did something no one expected. He pulled out the small, sharp knife he always carried for whittling wood in his lazy afternoons. The crowd murmured in confusion. What was he going to do? Carve his name into it? He ignored the whispers and got to work. With focused precision, he began to chip away at the corners of the cube. He wasn't just randomly hacking at it. He was methodically rounding the edges. Slowly but surely, the perfect cube began to transform. He was carving it into a sphere. After about an hour of careful work, the square block was now a large, rough-hewn wooden ball. The audience watched, spellbound. Ryan stood up, wiped the sweat from his brow, placed his hands on the newly formed sphere, and gave it a gentle push. It started to roll. With minimal effort, he guided the giant wooden ball across the arena. It rolled smoothly, almost on its own. While the strongest men had failed to move it an inch, Ryan guided it to the finish line with ease. A stunned silence fell over the arena, followed by a thunderous roar of applause. The king himself stood up, clapping, a broad smile on his face. Ryan had won. He was awarded the golden chest, and as he lifted the heavy prize, it wasn't the weight of the gold he felt, but the weight of his family's future, now secure. He returned to his village, not just as a winner, but as a hero. With the gold, he bought the best medicine for his father, who quickly recovered. He filled their pantry with food and ensured his family would never have to worry again. Ryan's story became a legend. It taught everyone a valuable lesson. Even the laziest person can possess incredible intelligence. But true success, the kind that really matters, comes when that intelligence is fueled by a powerful purpose. For Ryan, that purpose was his family. His love for them turned his cleverness into action and transformed the lazy boy into a true winner. So the next time you feel a bit lazy, ask yourself, are you just avoiding work, or are you looking for a smarter way to do it? And more importantly, what is your why? What is the powerful motivation that can unleash your inner genius? Thank you so much for watching and sharing this story with me. I hope it inspires you. This channel is all about sharing stories and learning together. If you enjoyed this, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more content. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next one.